our strategic plan is to further develop onto the continent, because we believe we can play a role in facilitating and being the educational body, not only in South Africa, but across the wider continent. We already got some good collaboration with the Insurance Institute of Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and certainly I've been speaking to some other institutes in Southern Africa, where we can collaborate a lot more. I've had an approach from Egypt to say, how can we work together? And we're also in discussions with the CII in London to look at saying, how do we get our professional qualifications accredited to the London standard, and we could then become the eminent body in South Africa to be able to manage the professional qualification. That would then be recognized by the CII in London. So for us, a conference like this gives us a really great opportunity to be able to market ourselves and for people to be able to identify with. So when we go into the different countries across the continent, at least we are a known brand. We believe that there is a serious skills gap, and it is an initiative that we're going to be launching at the IISA conference at Sun City, which we are quite excited about. So it will be a collaboration with SAIA as well as IISA and the FIA as well, to be able to, for us to be able to manage the skills gap. And I don't want to say too much because that will be launched at the conference. And again, I think there is a skills gap just generally across the world. If even beyond the African continent, if you speak to the guys in Europe and London, they're experiencing similar challenges. And I think a lot of that is because we haven't made sufficient investments over the years. And I think this is something that's been a long time coming, going back 10, 15 years. But I think if we don't address it now, we are going to run into even more serious problems going forward. So again, this type of interaction hopefully allows the younger up-and-coming people to be able to interact with the more seasoned professionals within the insurance market, and in a different, and being partaking in the various meetings and that is happening. That for me is part of the skills transfer. It's not all about what you read in the book. A lot of it is what you learn on the job. And I think the amount of meetings and that collaboration that happens at an event like that certainly exposes a new entrant into the market immensely about not only doing business in the home country, but how business is done in the different countries across the continent. And as Ian Kirk said in his presentation yesterday, we must remember we're one continent, but we are 52 different countries, and therefore every country is unique. So there's always a learning opportunity. I think, yes, it has been a success. And how do we measure that success? I suppose, first up, it's probably the biggest number of attendees that's at an AIO conference. So I think from that perspective, I think we've done really, really well. And I think, that we've had a past conference in South Africa, which was a joint conference between the IISA and the AIO, which wasn't that successful. But I think having a separate conference, AIO on its own, IISA on its own, is more successful because it becomes more focused. The IISA conference at Sun City is more of a country specific, whereas the AIO is a continental wide. So I think the audience is very, very different. And I think there's been some good collaboration. There's certainly been some good feedback. And I think hopefully people will go away and remember South Africa and this conference for all the right reasons.